So, a very good evening to one and all present here. My name is Ananya, and I will be presenting my research paper that is on honor killings as a challenge to the gender justice. The word honor is described as pride, respect, or dignity. They say that the woman in any family is the one person who will carry or keep going the cultures, values, and izzat of the family. Honor killing Honor killing is defined as the killing of any female member of the family by any male member of the family if they feel that that woman has brought dishonor, disrespect, or shame to the family. Women, not only in India but all across the globe, are killed for multiple reasons. It could be marrying any person of their own choice, irrespective of the caste or religion. They are even killed for standing up for themselves. They are killed because they got raped, or they chose to work, or ever had an a premarital affair, or etc. Women were and then now in India, in few parts of India, considered as a burden to the family. Marrying off her at a very young age, not providing her with education, and when raised her voice for herself, her mouth is asked to shut, hands are tied at back by her own family, and an end is given to her life. So where this honor killing actually originated from? Honor killing is one of those crimes which is being practiced since the ancient times. It is being known since the Roman times with the pater families, which means the male families or the husband's families, or a senior male within the households retain the right to kill an unmarried but sexually active daughter, sister, or an adulterous wife. Honor-based crimes were in medieval Europe, where early Jewish law mandated death by stoning for an adulterous wife or a sexually involved daughter or a sister and her partner. This practice in India started when a group of high caste people started a committee named as a Khap Panchayat. Khap Panchayats are the ego-proclaimed leaders of the caste codes in a village, which are not authorized by any legal entity in India. Many regressive views are tried to be introduced. In the medieval times, the Khap Panchayats were an enormous Gotra-centric clannish bodies, and which became a very strong organization in the region around Delhi, in the face of the fragile existence of laws and order as a result of repeat forays of foreign invaders in that belt. What is, and before that, before moving to the gravity of the problem, the Khap Panchayat had a double purpose to provide its members with protection and to settle disputes among them. The Khap leaders hold complete supremacy and power within their caste groups and custodians of honor. In some states, namely Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, etc., there is still the existence of Khap Panchayat. The government has not bestowed any authority or responsibilities upon these Khaps to do so. And hence, they are the non-governmental bodies, as I said, which are not being entitled by the legal authorities in India. These Khaps play as judge, jury, and executioners for their own classes and will not stop at no length to upholding their honor. Many of the honor killing cases have been tracked up to these Khaps, and several members of such groups have been punished by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court observed that these panchayats had no position whatsoever to pass social blacklists or impose any fine on someone and ignore a person's basic right. So moving upon the gravity of the problem. What I feel is people learn what they see. Honor killing is one of the most devastating and heinous crimes that could ever exist in any country's society. Premarital or provincial patriarchy, which goes hand in hand with these caste systems, is the base mentality behind an honor killing. Caste segmentations has led to the hierarchical relationships between the higher and the lower classes, which means the richer are becoming richer and the poor are becoming more poorer. In rural areas, Availability of social education is comparatively less, and orthodox stubborn mindset prevail, which is not ready to accept or adapt to any new form of lifestyle. Men are pushed towards hypergamy. That means men are forced to marry a women of the same level or a level below. And whereas women are pushed towards hypergamy, that means women are forced to marry a man who is more richer or more from a very rich family background. When any members of the society or social group goes against these stereotypical regulation, it results in shame and thus honor killings. However, when the actions of the woman herself are considered shameful, the situation takes a turn for the worse. Women's actions such as marital infidelity, involvement in premarital intimacy or unapproved relationships, or denial of arranged marriages are some of the main reasons which trigger honor killing in any society. Sometimes the reasons also result in victim demonization when a woman has fallen prey to rape and accused of having brought shame to the family. Stereotypical unacceptable social stands such as coming out as transgender are also considered as shame triggers. But among all these, marriages or relations between a man and a woman with an unapproved caste gap are the main reasons for honor killing in India. What are the main reasons, what I believe, for the existence of honor killing in any country, not only in India? The first one is the mentality. The problem is never dealt in any of the countries. The problem is always taken out of way. The people always feel that marriage or any other thing done by the female member of the family should be restricted to the same caste people. And the second one would be the lack of governance. Whatever laws or legislations are passed by the government, those are not being able to reach the rural side of the India, which means there's an untouched part of legal rules that should be educated to the rural side of the India or any other backward countries. Illiteracy, as I said, education is not there. People in rural areas are always, especially the women from the ancient times till now, in few of the places in India are restricted and are not allowed to pursue education. And these violates the fundamental rights which have been provided in the constitution. The main reason would be the Kha Panchayats. A highly male-dominated upper caste people who feel that they have the right to make their own rules and regulations and put up the fine on someone in the same social group if they feel that that person has done something wrong. The sex ratio. The sex ratio is in rural parts of the country. It has been seen from a very long time that the people in India or a few backward areas in the country always wanted a male child, and they would abort the female child or they would abandon the female child. And this is one of the reasons which could be considered as a reason for honor killings. The crime is happening in these areas where the sex ratio is low. Women were and now treated as commodities which could be used. The other thing would be the inter and intra-caste marriages, love marriages, marrying someone they love or marrying someone they wish to marry by their own, making their own decisions is considered one of the crimes, and that is why even honor killing is happening because of that. The other thing which I've not mentioned here and I would like to say is status. When a family has achieved a level of status in the society, it is expected by the other members to carry forward the same status. When this is not done, the member, especially the female member is killed due to humiliation, because they think that she has brought dishonor to the family by marrying a person who is lower in caste. The next would be the existing laws that are already there in the Indian Constitution. I would be referring to the Indian Penal Code first. So the section 299 to 304 penalizes any person person guilty of murder and culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Murder penalty is for life imprisonment or death and fine. The penalty for non-murderer culpable homicide is for life imprisonment or imprisonment up to 2 years or fine. The next is section 307. Section 307 penalizes or threaten to kill for up to 10 years of imprisonment or 5. If a person gets injured, the punishment can be extended to life imprisonment. Section 308 penalizes attempts to commit culpable homicide by imprisonment for up to 3 years or with fine or with both. Section 112 20A and B penalizes whosoever is a participant to the criminal conspiracy. And the last section would be the section 107 to 116, which penalizes the people for abetting murderers, including murder and culpable homicide. Next would be the laws except the Indian Penal Code, which indirectly, not directly, are the existing laws relating to honor killing, but would indirectly act as a law. The first would be Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Act 1989. This was enacted in order to avert the atrocities against them as the numerous killings and honor in relation to caste and religion. This means that, as I mentioned earlier, that honor killing is one of those heinous crimes which is statistically reported and noted that is being happening in a majority in the rural areas. And that is why this act also helps as a protection for the scheduled tribes and scheduled castes. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violences Act 2005 also provides a protection to women, which is guaranteed under the Constitution. The main reason for the government to enact the Special Marriage Act in 1954 was to provide people with liberty to marry anybody irrespective of the caste, religion, and nationality. So next, I would be referring to the few landmark cases of honor killing which happened in India. The first case is Vikas Jadhav versus the state of UP, which happened in the year 2016. This was, in this case, the Supreme Court had imposed a 25-year of imprisonment without remission on Vikas and Vishal Jadhav for brutally murdering their sister's lover, Nitish Katara, by burning his body. And this was the case which ran in the Supreme Court for like more than 3 years. And Nitish Katara's mother played a very dominant role for providing justice to Nitish Katara. The next case is Bhagwan Das versus the state of Delhi in the year 2011. The appellant had been committed for the offense of having murdered his daughter Seema. He had been sentenced to undergo imprisonment for life. As per the prosecution, Seema was killed for abandoning her husband and was living in adultery. The last one of the landmark cases, one of the biggest cases of honor killing was the Shakti Vahini versus the Union of India in the year 2018. An NGO approached the Supreme Court to take preventive steps against honor killing. The court observed that two consenting adults do not need to have the consent from their parents or from other family members or the relatives to get married. Any attempt by the Khap Panchayats or the family members to suppress their wishes would be considered illegal. So the critical analysis and conclusion what I would like to give here is, There are many points to be critically analyzed. Why do crimes happen is my question. The legal side of a country is considered a little bit strict enough to control crimes. We lose the grip when it comes to mentality of the society, the education, the illiteracy which is being lacking in the society. I believe to be open minded, it is not only the trait of education in one, but also the trait of observing and the environment they are brought up in. Few things are taught and few things are learned. Lack of self control, mind illnessness, aggressive behavior leads to devastating things in the society. The dominant caste has the majority economic, political, and social power over the other caste groups in India. The independent bodies taking these decisions, for example, the Khap Panchayats deal to crimes. The lack of legal knowledge being untouched in these backward areas in the societies of India is the main cause. Uncountable number of cases are still pending due to the fear that they would be killed as well. Women are killed for running away with someone who has not been approved by the family, or for simply going out with a male friend or a colleague or a classmate. In less extreme cases, they might be burnt with acid or for uncovering their faces in public, or they might be even gang raped in revenge for the crimes of a family. One of the reason, the one reason the cultural practice of honor killing is so remarkable is that it runs counter to the human instincts to preserve the lives of the family members. Cultural beliefs and values seem to have an amazing power capable of overriding the most urges of the human nature. I would just like to conclude my presentation by saying that Edgar Watson once quoted that those who are actually in society are not as ridiculous as those who are trying to get in. The reason for not only honor killing, but any type of crime related to women or children is because of the need of someone setting right into the society and not adjusting. It is still believed that to find a solution to a problem is just to finish it. It is believed that the respect of the family is always gained by the men and lost by the women. It is considered as a mistake if anything wrong is done by the men, and if the same mistake is done by the female, it is considered as a crime. Union Minister of State for Home, Ajay Kumar Mishra, in the year 2017 and 18, said that there were as many as 147 incidents of honor killing which took place in the country between the year of 2017 to 19. He added that the reason for the honor killing were the intercaste and interreligion marriages. The case of Latha Singh versus the state of Uttar Pradesh is a landmark judgment in the legal history of India. In this case, the court allowed the writ petitioner under Article 32 filed by Latha Singh for enforcement of her right, that is to marry a person of her own choice with her own will. The major reason what I feel for no new introduction of legislation regarding honor killing is because of the ancient practice of this crime in India. It is set in the society that if anything which has gone wrong in any family, that would be taken care not by the authorities but by the family members themselves. What I believe that could be done, which is already done, but I would still like to quote, which is to reduce these types of crimes, not only honor killing, but any types of crimes related to women or anything in India, is that to introduce a new set of strict, stringent regulations and legislations, and if committed, should be penalized with strict punishment, so that there is fear set in everybody's eyes and they do not do the guts of committing such crimes once again in their lives. Thank you, sir. I would like to end my presentation here.